Everybody, welcome back to Tony's Picks with Collins here with his 2 packs of premium plays here for you for action on Thursday. Colin, how's it going?
It's going pretty good today. It's been a busy week. I love Wednesday cards. You get all those early games. You get like 2 or 3 games at night. You can kind of get to bed early, get your stuff ready for tomorrow. I like it. I like what's happened today.
Yeah, lots of day games, a lot of drama in the day, and some blowouts and some pitchers getting pounded. But we'll get in here to the Thursday card. We got a Collins has an MLB and an NBA game for you here. So let's get started here on the with Collins' 2-pack of premium plays here for Thursday. We get started here on MLB Network, a day afternoon baseball here as the Yankees host the Angels. The Yankees here are going to be laying about $1.46 in here. Total sits here at about 8.5. Listed pitches here. We have Sandoval here, the lefty here for the Angels, and Cortez for the Yankees left-hander.
Yeah, so if you were just go straight up off, if you were just looking at MLB team hitting stats, if you were just going off the team hitting stats, you would jump on the Angels at plus money and you wouldn't even think about it. The Yankees are bottom half, but not bottom half. They're like bottom 6th in the league in hitting against lefties. And then you look at how effective the Angels have been against lefties this year. But I think the separation comes from the Yankees have had a tougher schedule, and so the lefties automatically are going to be tougher arms to face. That's the first thing that I look at here. And the second thing I look at is how good Nestor Cortez was in that Twins start and how good he looked. He held the hot Twins offense to just 2 runs in 7 innings. They couldn't figure him out at all. And I don't trust this Angels offense yet at all. Baseball season's early. You can start hot early in the year and you can fall off quick. I just don't see this Angels lineup sticking around for too much longer. Now, I still obviously hold the right to be wrong. I have been right. I've been wrong a lot more times than I've been right. But Sandoval, I don't think he's seen an offense of this caliber yet. This Yankees offense is really effective. The righty hitters in this lineup, obviously between Stanton and Judge, they're going to give you what you need against the lefty. Obvious platoon advantage as far as like hitters go, I give it to the Yankees. The only one I are really concerned about with the Angels is Trout, and he really doesn't hit lefties that much. He doesn't hit lefties well. For me, this game is who do I think the better arm is? It's hard, but I give it to Cortez. Cortez is at home. I give the platoon advantage to the Yankees lineup. I think the stats they're accurate, obviously, but I think they're kind of telling 2 different stories, if that makes sense. I'm going to give you Yankees run line at home. This is going to be an early start game in the Bronx. I don't think the Angels, it looks like they're going to lose tonight. I just don't give that offense a nod against Cortez. That's what it comes to. I just don't give that offense the advantage. Cortez, 17 innings pitched, been really effective this year. Sandoval, if you just looked at numbers, he's been better, but the teams he's pitched against haven't been equivalent. So I'm going to give it to Cortez here.
All right, Collins here on Yankees run line, lay the run and half, plus 125 here against the Angels. Yeah, the Angels just 1-4 to the run line, by the way, when they face left-handed starters this season. So they've had their issues here facing the left-handed starters. Of course, Cortez did face the Angels last year, Collins, and pretty much handled them. Shutout ball. He did handle him shutout ball here for 7 innings. But again, this was against Ohtani, but this is an Angel team, remember, that was marred with injuries last season too.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's like kind of like they're riding the hot hand right now. For the Angels to be at an even 500 right now for the first 20 games of the season, it looks much better than what they did last year at the start of the season, jumping out on this really crazy hot start, thinking the Angels are going to be this something special. So I think they're going to be that team that rides that doesn't ride the roller coaster. They're going to stay even keeled. They're not going to ride the roller coaster. But the thing that worries me is I just don't trust that offense. I haven't been given one reason to trust the offense yet. It's just the Angels are a tough team to figure out, and they have been for the last 3 or 4 years or the last 2 years, because they have the 2 best players in Major League Baseball, and there's nothing you can say to argue against that. But I just don't trust them. This is the way it is. I don't trust that offense.
All right, Collins here on the Yankees run line, -1.5 runs, plus 125 against the Angels here. And, of course, this one will have a start time here 1 p.m. Eastern time over on MLB Network. Guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com. Collins Brown is the hottest capper over the past 30 days. He's been on absolute fire. 2,746 units of profit. Get signed up with Collins Brown. He's been on fire over at TonySpace.com. Click the link in the description to get over there and get signed up. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you will save 20% off that price. All right, let's continue on here on our segment here with Collins Brown. As we continue here, we go on to the NBA now with Collins, and of course, interesting one here tonight in the NBA on Thursday nights, as we're going to have game number 3 of this series. A little controversy involved here with Draymond Green, but we got the Warriors here hosting the Kings. The Warriors 5.5 here, total 239.5.
Yeah, first of all, Draymond, this is not WWE. You can't just jump off of people in front of 20,000 people. Second, I don't know what's going on with that dude. That's besides the point. The Warriors, if you watch them against the Kings, they didn't look great. There's nothing you can say. The offense really looked bad last night. I don't. It's an odd thing to see the Warriors at right now. The Kings just run and gun them. They're younger and they just more athletic. The Warriors do not have an answer for Sabonis. I'm interested to see how they answer with him. But this is the kind of situation where everybody and their mom looks at the Kings at plus 5.5 and they're like, oh, why not? This line opened at 7.5. I'm a big believer in lines open the way they do for a reason. It's not necessarily. I've said it 100 times and I'll keep saying it. If you think you know more than the guy that gets paid to do this, then you're obviously not going to make it far in this because your ego is not going to let you go. The Warriors, as I mentioned, haven't been in great form in Sacramento. The movement that we've gotten so far has been all market movement. Not surprised at all. The best place to be in this game as far as value goes is as far away from the Kings as you can get. And that sounds crazy, but value is not with the Kings in this game. The Warriors at home in the playoffs, unbelievable. The Warriors at home this year, unbelievable. The Warriors coming off of 2 losses in Sacramento, I don't see a world where they don't just come in and blow the doors off the Kings. I just don't see it. I don't think the Kings' young guns are going to have an answer for the crowd at Golden State, and I don't think they're going to have an answer for how hard the Warriors are going to come out against them. There's no doubt in my mind that the Warriors come out as hard as they have all season. And right now, or tomorrow night against the Kings, like I said, they're coming off 2 losses. They don't have at this point, your back's up against the wall. There's no reason to sit there and take the punches. You got to swing. And I think the Warriors come out and swing. And I don't see a world where they don't just blow the doors off the Kings. So I'm going to give you the value. I think this is where the value is. I know this is where the value is. The market opened for a reason at 7.5. Value's on the Warriors. Stay away from the Kings. It's just one of those. It's a sucker bet to me to bet the Kings.
All right, we got Collins here on the Warriors. Lay the 5.5 here against the Kings. When I looked at this game, Collins, it was quite interesting to see here that you would think, looking at the stats, that it was all Sacramento shooting lights out. They weren't. They did not shoot the ball very well at all at those games at home. What it came down to was the Warriors' turnovers, turning the ball over, which has been a problem with them since Kerr. Let's face it, it's been a problem for years since Kerr. But they've been able to overcome those high turnovers, averaging almost 18 turnovers a game in this series. They got to clean that up. We know at home it's a different scenario. Poole, Klay Thompson, these guys can fire those threes at will here. And again, when you got a Sacramento team that's not shooting the ball well, as you said, this might set up for a blowout.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing for this series. Turnovers have been a problem, absolutely. If you watched the 4th quarter of that game last night, there was no answer for Sabonis. Sabonis did what he wanted to, and that was just as plain as day. What worries me for the Warriors is Sabonis, obviously. But the Warriors have been really good at home at just taking that player that hurts you on the road and keeping and taking him completely out of the game and keeping him out of the game. The Warriors, they were so bad on the road early in the year in the NBA season. It just got to the point where you faded the Warriors on the road and you just took your hands off the game. They're so good at home, and when you get them in the playoffs at home, and that's why you're getting the number you're getting at 7.5 is because everybody knows who the Warriors are at home in the playoffs. They're going to make the adjustment. I hope they can clean up the turnovers. I'd like to see them stay under 10. That would be ideal. As a Warriors better in this game, I need to see you stay under 10. I need to see Klay Thompson get more shots. because last night he had three. He cut the lead single-handedly himself, and they just like went away from him, which makes no sense. So I want to see Klay Thompson get some more shots. I want to see them run the offense, not necessarily through Poole as much as they have been, because I'm just not a huge believer in Jordan Poole. I'll just be honest with you. I like where the Warriors are at right now, back against the wall. There's no reason to take any more punches. You've already taken 2 licks to the face. Now you got to give one. That's all there is to it. It's a boxing scenario, right? Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Well, now you've just gotten back to your corner. Now you've made the plan, so go back and hit him in the mouth.
All right, there we go. We got Collins here on the Warriors. Lay the 5.5 here against the Kings. Opener of 7 down to 5.5. This one will have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. All right, Collins, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com here for Thursday's action. You've been on fire, the hottest capper over the last 30 days. You see him at top of the leaderboards, 2,746 units of profit. We got NBA on the board, NHL, as well as a lot of day baseball. Baseball card featuring about 7 games all told. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Heavy baseball. Right now I'm reading it really well in baseball, and when you're hot, you're hot. There ain't no reason to stop. So I'm seeing it well in baseball right now. So I'm gonna keep riding baseball. NBA, I'm starting to pick it up a little bit. Started slow in the playoffs. Started to pick it up here recently. NHL, I'm getting feelers. I've had my feelers out. I'm still trying to figure out who's who in the playoffs right now. But NHL stuff's going to keep coming. NBA stuff's going to keep coming. But if you're one of those guys that likes to wake up in the morning and have a game to bet at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 9 o'clock, MLB's your way to go. Just because, if I feel like I have a hand on a game, I'm going to give it to you. It just is the way it is. There's some days I have 4 MLB games. There's some days I have 15 plays out. It just is the way it is.
All right, guys, get up over Collins Brown over at Tony'sPicks.com. I'll put the records up here again for you. Hottest capper on the site right now, 2,746 units of profit. So get up over the Collins Brown over at Tony's Picks. I'll have some one-day passes up there here as we film here on Wednesday night. You'll see some of those. But here are the long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all in place for every time you select. When you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase, that weekly pass, get you 7 days, 3-day all sports pass, really good value there. One monthly pass up there as well. Of course, use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll be able to save 20% off. You can access Colin's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, then you'll land on his page and go ahead and get signed up. And of course, use that promo code and you'll save some money. All right, Collins, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again then at the end of the week.
Yeah, just to reiterate, if I put out a pick pass, there's a limit on how many plays that I can put in that pick pass. There is no limit on how many plays you get in that weekly pass. So I know visually you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I don't know if is it worth to spend? Absolutely. There's no question that it is worth it to spend the money, because the games, those single games where you can go through and just see like 20 games that I might have bet on, you get all the access to those through the weekly pass. So just think about the value that you can gain through getting that weekly pass or that monthly pass. There's a lot of value in those. So don't just look at them and say, well, I'm not willing to pay the $200 for a week. It's well worth it. I mean, you're gonna get what you pay for. We're not here to shaft anybody. Let's just be honest. We're here to get you what you need to win, and that's what we're here for.
That's right. You see the numbers Collins has produced, but outstanding here. Hottest capper in the month here for the past 30 days, 2,746 units profits. Go over to the site, get signed up, use promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. You can access Collins' page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Collins, always great having you on the show. We'll catch up again next week.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you very much.
Got it, Collins Brown here on our show. We'll talk to you guys soon.